Well, exciting times in the bubble here in Buenos Aires, of course, with the coronavirus pandemic preventing fans from entering the arena. The bubble format was adopted, and I believe that was a minute of silence to honor the memory of Diego Maradona, the footballing legend who has just passed away, one of the all-time greats. Juan Fernandez, Daniel Alberto Garcia Nieves, and Leonardo Damian Salazar. So referees from Venezuela, Argentina, and we are about ready to go. So Luzcando, Trevor Gaskins, Ernesto Ogilvy, Tony Bishop Jr., and Akil Mitchell will be in the starting five for Panama. That's the rest of their team: Grant, Gaskins, Ayarza, Romero, James, Cabeza, and Levy. And Jose Gomez, the coach of Panama. And for Brazil, Iago Santos, who was at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, Lucas Diaz, Gui Carvalho, Rafa Mineiro, and Jorginho de Paula. Borges, Santos, Borges, Fuzaro, Pacheco, Zhao, and Mariano also in the lineup for coach Atso Petrovic. It's been a while that he's been at the helm now, coached them through the qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, and then coached them in China as well, where they had some memorable games, but did not achieve their aims of well, advancing far in the competition. You might remember they got the big win over Greece, but then they fell to, they did not overturn, rather, their big deficit that they needed against the Czech Republic. In fact, they lost to the Czech Republic. And I'm just going to reconfirm that as we go through here. The Brazilians went with high hopes, and so they opened with a win over New Zealand, and then they beat Greece with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and they beat Montenegro, and then they fell to the Czech Republic, which was a big loss. And they did lose to the United States as well. So it was the loss to the Czech Republic which really scuppered their hopes of getting to the quarterfinals. So who's going to stand up and be counted today? Both of these teams coming in at 2-0. And again, every game is important. You know that Brazil, these guys aren't usually the first ones in the team, and they want to make the most of their opportunity to show Coach Petrovic that when the big tournaments come around, they want to be considered. Of course, a lot of the guys in the Brazil team getting a little bit older, so there will be some spots no doubt that's going to be available. But you got to show that you belong. Well, good afternoon, and welcome to Buenos Aires, Argentina. Welcome to the bubble. This is Panama in the red taking on Brazil in the yellow and green. Panama winning the opening tip and attacking the basket to the left on your screen. And an early foul called on Brazil, on Iago Santos. Three-point attempt, and it is a little long. And now the ball intercepted by Luzcando, and Gaskins up ahead. And this time he doesn't miss, gets right up. Gets right up and scores. Now Brazil. Mineiro played very well in the early games back in February. Now he starts off and gets an early basket. Now the drive and the bump and the rebound by Mineiro. Brazil now taking the lead. Coach Gomez. Battling down for the rebound. Luzcando chases it, but here comes Brazil. And long jump shot. Gaskins with the rebound. There comes the turnover. Now Iago Santos passes back to Lucas Diaz and back to Iago. And now the pass up ahead, and Panama missed the layup. Well, they can't afford to do that and still be in it. And now another chance for the Panamanians. And the ball laid up off the glass and in by Tony Bishop to tie it at 4 apiece. It's a very interesting situation here. Long shot, good by Iago Santos. To tell you about the coaching situation with Panama, because they had expected David Rosario, the Puerto Rican, who coached under victories in the first window, to be here. But he coaches Real Estrella in Nicaragua, and felt like he could not afford to leave to coach in this window and put his job at risk for whatever reason. Anyway, Brazil off and running and now extend their lead to 9-4. Bishop's attempt from the right, off target. And that shot just grazed the outside of the net. Ogilvy. And Mitchell misses. So just 4.5 minutes in, and Panama finding it very difficult to put the ball in the basket, even spurned a layup on a fast break. And that kind of start. And short was Lucas Diaz. Gaskins pulls up for three. That's good. And it's back to a 2-point game. Minero from downtown. Mitchell with the rebound. Now Bishop going to work on Lucas Diaz. Gomez, who is filled in here. Well, you know what? Might be a little pressure, but that's also called opportunity to be able to lead the national team. Gaskins hits a three, falling down, and Panama have taken the lead. Parlo. Gui tries to get it to Minero, is knocked away. Gaskins, will it be his third three? Yes, it is. He is red hot and forces the timeout by Atso Petrovic. Boy, Gaskins has been absolutely electric. 11 quick points for him. Just 4 minutes, not even 4 minutes into the contest. See the shooting numbers, 3 threes for Panama, all of them by Gaskins. Here he is again. He's been a busy man, Trevor Gaskins. Of course, not just playing for the national team, but also at club level. Played in the Basketball Champions League for Kimsa, and helped them win the inaugural title in that competition. That was only recently. So he comes in good form. Now trying to get the ball down low to Minero, and the ball goes out of bounds. I remember when Petrovic announced this squad, he said, this is a good enough team to beat Panama and Paraguay. But right now, Panama are giving as good as they're getting and more, in fact. And whenever you have a player like Gaskins, he does have the capacity to get hot and to really maintain it over the course of 40 minutes. So I'm guessing he's going to stay in as long as he can go until he needs a breather. Mitchell drives in. Here he is again. Three-point shot rims out. Yago looks for space. Into the corner. Now Gui. Still can't get it to drop Gui. Bishop into the paint. Call for the travel. Excuse me, that was Ernesto Ogilvy. Jamal Levy checking into the game, the veteran, 37-year-old. Yoshimar Ayarza as well in for Panama, number 10. Lucas Diaz gets it down low, turns and scores. And the ball called for traveling Panama. So Ayarza, his first contribution. Here comes Panama again. From the right corner this time, Garza and, excuse me, Gaskins. Now Gui pushing it quickly. Oh, beautiful handoff by number 23, Pacheco. Al Pacheco coming off the bench for Brazil and making a play immediately. Levy uncorks it. Lucas Diaz gets it down low, and the big, strong move from Lucas Mariano. No stopping that, and now Brazil has gone back in front. Now for Panama from the right corner, Tyler Gaskins off target. And unsportsmanlike foul is what Petrovic is appealing for. So Gui finally gets to watch the basketball go through the hoop, and Brazil extend their lead. Levy gets it off to Luzcando. Ogilvy gets in the paint. Oh boy, big strong move by Ogilvy. Brazil, the ball hit into the backcourt. Final seconds of the quarter, and there's Lucas Diaz putting it up. Now Panama have a little bit of time. Luzcando from midcourt grazes the outside of the bottom of the net. And that's how the opening frame finishes. So Brazil trailed for a while after Gaskins got hot, but then come back. And take a 19-15 lead. So Brazil 7 of 10 inside the arc. They've only hit that one three-pointer. And Panama struggling a little bit now, 3 of 10 from behind the arc. As we look back at some of the key plays. Here at the in Buenos Aires, where Panama are trading blows with Brazil. Brazil in the yellow and green, and Panama in the red and white. Trevor Gaskins again nailing it from a long way out. Of course, didn't mention this, but you've actually got the brother combo of Tyler and Trevor Gaskins in this Panama team. And meanwhile, let's talk about Brazil, because for the second time tonight, Mariano puts the ball in the basket, only this time from a long way out. His first three-pointer is good, and Brazil starting to get the wind in their sails. Long jump shot from Panama again, no good. And quickly, Brazil bring it forward. Mariano backs his man up. Oh boy, what a fancy move. Boy, Trevor Gaskins right now doing all he can to keep Panama in this basketball game. He's got 13 points. Takes it back to a 5-point deficit for the Panamanians. Shooting and missing, Alexei Borges. Ball hit out of bounds. Luzcando looking for some space to operate. Eugenio Luzcando has that pass first mentality. Quick pass down low, and boy, that was a good basket for Tony Bishop. Brazil falling asleep, and now their lead cut to just 3 points. Great defense by Panama. Look at this on the floor for the basketball, but Borges now has it. Couldn't quite follow through. Alexei Borges, baseline, makes the pass back outside, and Pacheco misses. But Brazil followed up, and Gui gets the 2. Gui Carvalho. after the offensive rebound. Luzcando. Gaskins into the corner. And he makes no mistake, Tony Bishop Jr. And now it's a 2-point game, a one-basket game. 5 points for Tony Bishop Jr. Pacheco. Gui. Gui's pass was telegraphed. Look at the hustle. Excellent defense by Panama, anticipating, could not quite chase it down. So there's 4 seconds now for Brazil on the shot clock. They've got to hurry. He's got to put it up, and he does not. Well, it's a mental mistake. You got to know you don't have that much time. Oh, great anticipation. Pacheco goes in, lays it up with the left hand. Pacheco takes it back up to a 4-point lead. Akil Mitchell. Oh, the bounce pass there for the back door, but just led him a little too much. Watch this. Luzcando. This is Pacheco reading the pass, and Luzcando just telegraphed it. Pacheco again, nowhere to go, and gets fouled. So Pacheco, interesting player coming off the bench. Hands are active. Good anticipation on defense. Gomez is going to call timeout. And he has a little bit of offense to his game as well. So Pacheco heads over to the bench. And timeout called by Panama.
Cuando están haciendo bloqueo ciego para Tony Bishop Jr., ¿cómo se llama? Eso hay que presionar. Aparte de eso, vamos a jugar un cuerno arriba, con Tony este lado. ¿Para qué? Para aprovechar el mismo que va a tener Tony con el codato. ¿Ok? Situación ahí, pero lo sacan aquí en pico. El que está este lado, Mauro, trata de darle un espacio, vamos a trabajar directamente con el arriba. Vamos a trabajar directamente con Tony adentro. ¿Ok? Si no, ponemos la bola, invertimos, seguimos trabajando los muchos. ¿Ok? Mucho. ¿Okay? Recuerda la situación.
That was Lucas Diaz. And Bishop returns for the inbounds. Probably a good timeout to calm things down. Panama have done a great job of staying within touch, and they just need to change things up a little bit. Gaskins. Oh, what a spin, what a move. There was no stopping that with Ernesto Ogilvy, just lightning quick spin. Well, they find Wright open in the right corner this time. Gaskins off target. But the ball will stay at this end. (31-24), Brazil in front, with Panama with possession midway through the second quarter. Turn it over. Alexi Borges dribbles to his left. Gets down on the baseline. Back outside to Pacheco. Oh boy. How in the world did he get so open and then he missed the shot? And the pass intercepted by Mariano. Lucas Mariano, but then double dribble called on Pacheco. Oh boy, that was sloppy by Luzcando. You cannot give the ball up so cheaply. And Mariano goes down, misses, but then the foul. Luzcando just had the ball taken right off of him by Alexi Borges. Good play by the Brazilian. Look at this. I mean, he probably made a little bit of contact, but Luzcando did a good job of stopping Mariano. So Gabriel Yao off target with his first attempt, the left-hander. And he misses both. So a reprieve for Panama. Now Gaskins going between his legs. Mitchell for three. That's good. They're hanging around. Mitchell hasn't really looked for a shot too much, but that's there. And suddenly it's a 4-point game. Interesting how you can have some missed free throws and you end up having a 5-point swing. Now, Luzcando trying to take it back just as he lost it to Alexi Borges. But look at this. That's a pure shot. I think I'd be looking to get him open on the wing more often. Alexi Borges pulls up right at the line. Keel Mitchell with the rebound. Tyler Gaskins, number 6, the brother Trevor. Here's Mitchell again, going to work, high arcing shot. And Mariano gets it down low. Brazil get it down low, spin and miss. And a little bit of a bump. Plenty of fouls to give for Brazil here late, so not a bad foul at all. Caio Borges on Ayarza. Mitchell over to Tyler Gaskins. Now down low, and the ball fumbled away by Ayarza. And Caio Borges fouled, so that's going to be free throws coming now for Brazil, I believe. Yep. Panama over the limit. So Lizcando heads over to the bench. He's got 3 fouls. And fortunately for Panama, Brazil not playing really at their best right now. They're 4 of 7 at the free throw line. So Caio Borges does make the second. Ogilvy gets some words from his coach Gomez as he comes off the court. Oh, good strong move, but the finish wasn't there for Akil Mitchell. And now quickly Brazil, what a bounce pass. Oh, what a pin. Look at that, Lucas Diaz. I thought he got pinned there for a second. I'm not sure what Atso Petrovic is complaining about. Look at it. Watch this bounce pass. Look at this. Oh, no, he did make it, but I'm not sure what. Maybe Petrovic thought there was a foul, but it has not helped because he's gotten a technical for remonstrating. Looked like it was a good attempt of a block to me. Yarza also now in the game, number 3, Alejandro Grant. A foul called, setting that's actually no, it wasn't a foul. Turnover, traveling or ball handling, as he was palming. So Jorginho De Paula goes to the line, and he misses his first attempt. So the missed free throws helping keep Panama within striking distance here late in the first half. Akil Mitchell takes the handoff. Now Grant. Look at Grant. That was one of those, no, no, and then he makes it. Jorginho puts it up, and Alejandro Grant battling his own teammate. Ball goes out of bounds. Yago bounce past Mariano. Oh, Mariano misses the layup. Tyler Gaskins brings it back outside. Bounce pass. Oh, the two-handed flush by Akil Mitchell, who's come to life here in the second quarter. And it's a two-point game. Jorginho, oh boy, drills the three. Big shot, back up to a 5-point advantage. Tyler Gaskins not messing around. He goes up high off the glass and makes the shot and draws the foul. Wow, the foul Mariano, look at this, fearless. I mean, he needed to get that off the top of the backboard to get over the hands of Mariano, and timeout has been called. We got a humdinger, folks. Panama hanging around here in the closing seconds of the first half against Brazil in Buenos Aires at the FIBA AmeriCup 2022 Qualifiers.
No podemos aquí faltar la comunicación. Ninguno no sé que alguien estaba falando que llega a bloqueo ciego. Hay que avisar porque este se pega y después en la plena velocidad hay que jalar. Que él puede saltar y recuperar la posición aquí. Todo depende de nosotros. No metemos tiros libres. Ok, falamos de.
Here's Gaskins again, this time with the bounce pass to Akil Mitchell. Mitchell was content to be kind of like the conduit or the facilitator in the first quarter, but he's hit a three-pointer here. He's scored with that dunk. In fact, he's only 2 of 9 from the floor, but clearly a player that can help a lot offensively. So Tyler Gaskins looks to complete the three-point play. And he does. Lucas Diaz. Foul called out on the perimeter. Push, so 2 shots. Not a great foul again. The only thing that's good about this is if that Panama will get the ball back. If that is, they can box out on a Mariano miss. And he makes both. So with 14.7 seconds remaining, Brazil lead it 40-35. Panama with some time to get some more before halftime. Well, this game has been as good as we expected. These 2-0 teams, both winners. Of course, Panama swept Paraguay in their first 2 qualifiers. That's a great play there. That's a great drive. Mariano looking like, hey, I didn't touch him. But at the end of the day, you got to give Tyler Gaskins some credit for going up against the big fella. So they've called the play. What you don't want to do is give Brazil another chance to score. So you want to get it up the floor. Gaskins gets it back. And Lucas Diaz. Did he foul as he split the defense? Yes, he did. Now 3.3 seconds remaining. Tyler Gaskins for 3. Well, a turnaround attempt from 3-point range, probably not what you're looking to get in that situation, but nevertheless, they'll take it. Brazil lead it 40-35 over Panama at halftime. Well, there you have it, folks. The free throw line is the big difference, really. Brazil 8 of 12, and Panama just 2 attempts, and that's why you have Brazil with the 5-point lead. Both teams even Steven on the rebounds. Brazil with a little bit more defensive pressure, creating some opportunities. Gaskins with his 13 points leads all scorers, but Diaz and Carvalho each with 8, and Mariano has 7. Well, let's look back at some of the plays, the exciting plays in this first half between Panama and Brazil, trading blows in the second window of the FIBA AmeriCup 2022 qualifiers. These 2 teams both won 2 games in the opening window. Brazil winning twice against Uruguay, and Panama sweeping their 2 games against Paraguay. Biggest lead of this game has been Brazil going up by 7 points. Panama have led by as many as 4 points. Gaskins makes you kind of wonder with Trevor Gaskins, you know, if he might have another eruption in the second half like he had in the first half, because it is game-changing stuff when he starts burying the 3-pointers. And you also wonder about Panama, if they might be able to get a little bit more out of the likes of Akil Mitchell, Tony Bishop Jr., perhaps Ernesto Ogilvy. You know, those are guys, those are big-time players. For Brazil and their South American-based players, 8 points from Gui Carvalho, 7 from Lucas Mariano, and 8 from Lucas Diaz. Some exciting play as well from Kyle Pacheco, who's got 4 points and 3 assists. And the highest rated players in that team, Lucas Diaz and Gui Carvalho. Iago Santos with 3 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. So Atso Petrovic weighing up his options. That was Iago with the pass, and that was a terrific bounce pass. I can't see that enough by Kyle Borges on the fast break. There's another look at the jump shot by Alejandro Grant, and then the dunk by Akil Mitchell. Jorginho finally hit that 3. He's wide open. I'm not sure that was the design. And then Tyler Gaskins going in and scoring and getting a 3-point play. So we're at halftime. It's 40-35. Brazil on top of Panama. So here's Mr. Gaskins. We've talked about him a lot, and here he is a little bit more. And Gaskins filling it up from 3-point range. Just a terrific drive as well. Hard to say what was his best play. Every single time he put the ball in the basket was great theater. And Lucas Diaz also going to work. We talked about him for Brazil, one of the more experienced players in the national team. Quite excited by this guy too, Pacheco, that no-look pass. And Diaz, you see his numbers, 8 points, 4 of 6 from the floor. So we're at halftime. It's Brazil on top of Panama. We'll be right back before the start of the second half. Enjoy the highlights.
Kicks out. Montana has to shoot over the back. Oh my Lord! He was behind the backboard. Are you serious? Montana. Good steal. And look out, everybody! Oh my goodness me! Carol Guzman flying through the Cuban night. Liz has an ankle cut under the basket. Vargas plays the replay button on that one. Nicholson into the ground, but Eloy Vargas lays it up. Look at that play. Breaking some ankles. It's a fresh 14, but Nicholson with the lane. Oh my Lord! Nicholson almost caused a flooded Lake Ontario, and he's clogged the lane up with the throwdown.
está directo dar espacio para que pueda pasar desde la primera. Primero porque
So Brazil leading Panama, but a very determined Panama tonight at halftime in this FIBA AmeriCup 2022 qualifier, 40-35. We're playing in Buenos Aires in the bubble at the Estadio Obras Sanitarias, and the game has lived up to the hype that you would expect from a couple of 2-0 teams. Coach Gomez pressed into action when David Rosario, the Puerto Rican who had been the national team coach, wasn't able to commit. He's also coaching Real Esteli in Nicaragua and wasn't able to make it for this window, so I'm not exactly sure what his status is with respect to the national team, but this Panama team nevertheless has played well. They've responded well under the leadership of Coach Gomez. So the second half action underway with Kondo over to Gaskins. Gaskins now to the corner, and shot was by Tony Bishop. Now Lucas Diaz had 8 points in the first half. Jorginho gets inside. Oh boy, that was a tough shot. His back was kind of to the basket, took the contact, just kind of threw it up off the glass, and it went in. Great control. We saw his left-handed stroke hitting the three-pointer late in the first half, and that was an acrobatic drive. Ogilvy gets into the paint. Here he is again. That was the move, and then Luzcando fell down. Mitchell went up, and he took the contact and still made the shot. Nearly a minute into the contest, into the third quarter rather. Ernesto Ogilvy, 4 points in the first half. Takes his time and makes the second. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, obviously the qualifiers, the continental qualifiers all around the world are being played in bubbles with no fans. But the games have nevertheless been exciting. It's been good to see these national teams in action again. Jorginho over to Lucas Diaz. Rims out. Akil Mitchell gets it over to Luzcando. And traveling, no, the foul. Oh no, so Ogilvy turns it over. He anticipated a foul being called, but yeah, my first reaction was that it was a travel as well. Oh boy, a little bit out of control, Brazil. Borges and Bishop a little unlucky. To be called for the kick. Watch this. Oh yeah, he definitely kicked it right at the end. You can see that one. Jorginho de Paula stepped out of bounds. Well spotted by the referee. Gaskins catches the long cross-court pass, goes baseline, hangs in the air, left his feet before he knew what he was going to do with it, and threw it out of bounds. Now the turnover, Luzcando is going to get on the board here. His first points of the game. Lucas Diaz backs up Ogilvy, and then Ogilvy takes it away. He won that battle. And tough move by Tony Bishop, but threw the ball over the rim. It's a 4-point game right now. I feel like Brazil have that edge, but Panama are hanging around. Iago Mateus is going to come into the game. Santos. Jorginho coming in with the follow was Gui. Gui hustles back on defense. Luzcando gets in the paint, puts it up. Are they going to count it? Yes, they are. That's more like it for Luzcando. I think he's really got to look for his shot. They've got to respect the fact that he's got some offense, or else they're just going to lay off of him. Although on this occasion, they were guarding him closely. But this will only bolster his confidence. Somehow he was able to get past Mineiro, and then he still made the shot despite being fouled. And now it's a 1-point game. Alarm bells ringing back in Rio de Janeiro. Brazil on top of Panama by just a single point. Iago. Oh boy, Jorginho, just a layup drill. Nobody picked him up. Now the pass to Ogilvy, guarded by Lucas Diaz. "31 years of age, Ernesto Ogilvy." Oh, look at Gaskins scooping and hooping, the give and go, and Panama showing some beautiful basketball. Lucas Diaz finds Mineiro down low, and he's fouled. Boy, that had to be the play of the game. We've seen some great passing by Brazil, but also by Panama. And Mineiro sinks the first. Luzcando goes out to take a breather. Looks pretty gassed for having been out there for just 3.5 minutes, but he's been working hard. Just 1 of 2 effort at the line. Brazil missing some free throws, leaving that door open. Akil Mitchell, oh boy, missed everything. He's struggling now really with his jumper. Look at this play, watch this. Gaskins, he's gonna go to the corner, and now he's gonna go to the basket and get it right back. That is what you call the beautiful game right there. Traveling on Jorginho. And Lucas Diaz knocks the ball away from Ogilvy. Yago now to the corner. Jorginho. Oh, that would have been a nice play. Ball goes off of Gaskins and out of bounds. So Brazil will maintain possession. Both Gaskins out there, Tyler, number 6, and his brother, Trevor. Lucas Diaz. Good foot behind the arc, and he buries it. Doubles the lead with one stroke. Mitchell. Over to Tyler Gaskins. How good is he when he goes to the basket? He does not know how to miss. He is confident. Mineiro's pass batted away, but a foul called. Here's Yago. Three-point shot. Score is, should say, 48-45. So Brazil with a chance. Or rather, Panama with a chance to tie it this trip down the floor. Petrovic's old team, Croatia, on top of Turkey right now. Turkey in real danger of missing out on the Eurobasket, the way things are going. Ball hit out of bounds. Kondo is trying to push it quickly. It's great. You know, you got games. We've had games in Africa. This was the third day of continental qualifiers in Africa for the AfroBasket. And the first day now for the AmeriCup qualifiers, as well as the Eurobasket qualifiers and the Asia Cup qualifiers. And it's just, you just can't get away from it, nor do you want to. You want to immediately look and see what's happening in other parts of the world as well. Now the air ball with Brazil on top by 7. Excuse me, Brazil on top by 3. Wait, what's going on? Am I getting confused here? We're getting... We're going to take that off. I think it's 48-45.
Mariano, eso es que es importante para no atacar. Otra cosa, es muy bueno atacar con movimiento y bloqueo directo para atacar más profundo, buenas bolas. Pero hasta ahora estamos en bonus, no podemos atacar. Aquí es problema, y en este lado, aquí no podemos, no se entra mejor aquí. Eso que hay que arreglar, voltar y fechar, es que aquí puede dar la ayuda, hombre, pero aquí nos duele, este nos duele, siempre nos atacan por aquí, uno contra uno saliendo muy fuerte. Por eso, troca aquí y mete esa posición de tiempo. Y aquí
Akil Mitchell's play comes back short with his jump shot. And now the pass down low to Mariano. Mariano turns to his right, goes back to his left. Going up against Mitchell. Short little jump hook. And Lufkando has the ball hit into his hands. Bishop. The well is dry right now for Panama. Lucas Diaz brings a little bit of rain, but doesn't make the shot. Now the pass down low and blocked from behind was Ogilvy. Mariano got the block. Now Pacheco has it. Yago in the right corner. And he was bumped. That's Panama's 4th foul. And it's the frame. And also it's the 4th foul of Lufkando. Ogilvy did not know Mariano was behind him, obviously. So Lufkando has to sit down for a while, and it'll be up to Gomez to decide when he goes back in with those 4 fouls. Yago. Pacheco. And he has a chance now for a 3-point play. He really is exciting to watch, isn't he? I think he was a late addition to this team. Not much information on him. Completes the 3-point play. Grant misses from the top of the key. Dangerous moments now for Panama. Yago spins, gets inside. Yago has it again. Pacheco takes the punishment and earns another trip to the free throw line. So he was born February 22nd, 1999. So 21 years of age. And plenty of potential. .90 meters in height. Makes both. And suddenly Brazil lead by 8 points. Gaskins, well, he thought his man was going to be closer on the wing. Jamal Levy, the former Wake Forest Demon Deke. Pacheco. Yago steps back. Now Pacheco. Pacheco has 9 points. Lucas Diaz has 11. Pacheco's only played, though, 10.5 minutes. Lucas Diaz has played 25 minutes. This game's starting to get away from Panama here at the end of the third quarter. Just 1 of 2 for Lucas Diaz. Brazil at the free throw line today. Well, not a disaster, but they could do better. 13 of 19. Tyler Gaskins missing from up top. And now Brazil look to turn the screw a little bit here, leading it by 9. Yago to Mariano. Gui with the rebound. New 14. So Yago spreads the floor. Mariano sets to pick. Yago for 3. Good. Oh boy, that is a big shot from a not real big man, but a player with a lot of heart. Yago Santos. Final several seconds, ticking off the clock here. Panama now trailing by 12, their biggest deficit of the game. Tyler Gaskins, he was online, but short, appealing for a foul. He's not going to get it. And Brazil lead it by 12 with 10 minutes remaining. Those are the numbers. 13 of 24 inside the arc, 5 of 19 for Panama. Now 6 of 17 from three-point range from Brazil. A lot more free throws. Now, feast your eyes on these highlights from the third quarter. Jorginho, that was a terrific finish from him. And a lot of good from both teams here. Luzcando as well, getting the steal and the fast break. But the well ran dry a little bit for Panama, and late in the fourth quarter, Brazil end up opening up a double-digit lead here with 10 minutes remaining. The opening exchanges of the fourth quarter are going to be crucial for Panama as they look to stay within striking distance. Brazil looking to lower the boom, and Pacheco gets in. He has been a real problem since re-entering the game. The lead goes to 14 points now for the Brazilians. Lucas Diaz picks up the foul on Ayarza.
Now getting down low, Akil Mitchell. Panama can't trade baskets. Pacheco for three. Mariano just swooped in, took that ball away. Now he's going to attempt a three-pointer. Oh, boy, that is a killer. The offensive rebound and then the three-pointer. Gaskins has it taken away. Gui, no look to Yago, and then hands it back off to Gui, who goes up and scores with the left hand. And suddenly Brazil start to pull away. And boy, he really did foul him too. You can see he got him right in the face. Everybody standing around thinking it looked like it was he was going to get a second free throw. 17 points, the advantage. Ogilvy drives in, and he's got a chance for a three-point play. And the free throw is good. Diaz goes out, frustrated with 4 fouls. And his team up 14 just when they're about to lower the boom. He doesn't want to leave. Mariano, meanwhile, gets fouled as he goes up. And considering the fact that he just missed a free throw, maybe better to foul him than to allow him to get the layup. But this is him showing his nice soft touch from three-point range. And this time he makes the free throw. Just one of two. And I don't know how Akil Mitchell lost that ball, but Panama just gifted Brazil 2 points. Boy, that was bad. Ogilvy again gets it down low, goes to work. Nobody's stopping that move. Somebody has to come and help from the right. Now the ball turned over, and Akil Mitchell fouled by Mariano. Brazil's third in the quarter. Tony Bishop back in the game. And Yago now called for a push. Gaskins over to Akil Mitchell, and now from the left to Yarza. And driving in and making it look easy is Pacheco. He's just an out-and-out scorer, Pacheco. So timeout again on the floor. Brazil leading it by 17 points. Brazil getting 18 points off the 18 turnovers of Panama. That's been a big development, especially in the second half. Also Brazil with 13 second chance points, 0 for Panama. Brazil also, their bench revealing itself to be a lot deeper with 28 points from the bench, just 8 off the bench for Panama. Now Gaskins quickly up the floor. 2 yards in the corner. Gaskins, great rebound. Bishop, and almost had a chance for a three-point play. Takes his time, Bishop, and makes both. Still plenty of time for Panama, but the main thing now is they got to get stops and they got to get rebounds. And Brazil are either scoring or getting to the free throw line. Great drive. Another 1 of 2 effort for Brazil at the line, just leaving the door slightly ajar. And now lowering his shoulder and charging was Akil Mitchell. I thought it was Lucas Diaz that was charged into ferment there, but in fact it's Marcio Santos. Both of them have dyed hair, makes them look similar. Now Iago Santos is at the line. Brazil now 15 of 24 at the free throw line. And Iago makes both to take it up to an 18-point advantage, coming up on the 6-minute mark in the contest. Bishop dribbles it off of his foot, goes out of bounds. And Panama's chances are fading fast here in Buenos Aires. Three-point shot by Yago. Marcelo Santos rebounding that miss. Watch Pacheco on the penetration. He's so difficult to stop. Look at that. Well, he didn't make the shot. Mariano, he's hit 1-3, make it another. No, not this time. Tyler Gaskins dumps it in low to Bishop, who dunks it with one hand. It's always felt like Panama have not been at their best here in the second half. Borges. Now Bishop. Ogilvy dumps it down low to Bishop, who gets it to the corner, and Yago was called for the foul. We got less than 5 minutes to go now in this first America Cup qualifier.
Penetrar y buscar otro pase para hacer un buen chute. Otra cosa es, por favor, arregla eso. Ese corridorio nos penetran entero 40 minutos. Eso no vamos a ver. Defiendes aquí, porque aquí vas a tener ayuda como a defensa precedente de Marcio. Por eso, aquí, que no puede entrar, aquí para el fondo. Todos nos crean por así. Ojo, Yago, es la tuya responsabilidad de ese corte. No me importa, es grande o es pequeño, meter por el bajo de bola.
Let's look at Coach Petrovic and Gomez. The next game will be Venezuela and Colombia. Los venezolanos y colombianos trading blows here. That'll be a Group A game. And then the other Group B game, Uruguay-Paraguay, will be tonight. And the last game will be Argentina and Chile. Bishop bends his knees, does a good job at the line, gets it back to a 14-point deficit. Now, Panama needs stops and they need points quickly. Still want to take good shots, but you got to get stops and rebounds. Pacheco. Shot clock down to 7. Santos. And nobody boxed out Mariano, who tried to dunk it. And he was fouled. He's a load, isn't he? We always talk about the height of the basketball players, the measurements, but we don't really give that much credit to the girth or to the weight or the muscle. But this man is packed. He is a powerhouse, although he misses the first free throw. Overall, a good game for Lucas Mariano. 12 points, 5 rebounds, a steal. He's been an impact player. Akil Mitchell. Well, they could have used a lot more of that in this game. Back to a 12-point game. Now Pacheco, boy, that is a heartbreaker right there if you're a fan of Panama. Great play by Pacheco. He has been terrific in this second half. Maybe the best player for Brazil. Bishop comes right down and hits the free throw line jumper. 13 points now, 76-63. Ignore that score on the graphic there. Lucas Diaz back in and missing from the corner. And now 3.5 minutes to go. Panama in a little bit of a hurry. And Lucas Diaz called for a foul on Bishop. Bishop takes his time, makes the first. They're going to be looking on from the side. Only makes one of two, though, so it's 76-64. Missing a point there for Panama. There you go. Lucas Diaz gets down low, has the pass almost intercepted. We couldn't punish him. Oh, and look at that. Bishop has really come to life here in the fourth quarter, dunking it in and making it now a 10-point game. But only 2:45 remains. Panama continue. They must play defense. They must get stops. Pacheco. Oh, his pass batted. Brazil get it. Gui gets inside and 5 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Pacheco again. Oh, he hangs in the air, and that's not going to count. No, that's not going to count because the buzzer had already gone off before Mariano or whoever it was that grabbed the rebound, put it up. No chance. Exactly sure. So watch, he shoots it. Watch the backboard. When it lights up. Oh, it hit the rim. Sorry, I didn't know it hit the rim. So the fact that it hit the rim does mean that it's a live ball. So a tough break for Panama, but that's good that the referees got around and talked about it. I thought that he had put up an air ball, as I think the referees thought as well at the beginning. Jorginho gets pinned by Bishop, who's been terrific. Look at him. He's getting it done on both ends of the floor. Mitchell. And now Mitchell turns and hoops and gets it down to an 8-point game. I'm not sure if Panama can apply any pressure, but if they can, they need to do it now. Look at that great block. I think he got it before it went off the backboard. So foul was called on Panama, on Ayarza, so it puts Pacheco on the line. I didn't see the foul, but big sequence here. And he misses another free throw. And I think Brazil know that this game should be done and dusted, but they have missed far too many free throws. They're probably still going to win, but they're now 18 of 29. They tend to split them. They're going to count that. Yes, they are. They did count that. So 77-68. Ogilvy takes the bump from Mariano. So with 1:35 remaining, still time for Panama, but they've got to get to the point now where they got to do something a little special. Both teams in the bonus as well. Mariano goes out of the game with 4 fouls. 3 fouls. So he gets that. Should be 77-69, not 76-69. So it's a 8-point game. So with the second bite of the cherry, he makes it, should be 77-70. Jorginho back to Minero. Now Pacheco able to get rid of it. Shot clock winding down, and Jorginho lost it. And they scrap for the basketball. Panama come up with it. They've got to hurry. Minute 5 remaining. 3-point shot is short. There you go. 77-70. Thank you. So timeout on the floor. Timeout Panama.
Mauro aquí, Tyler, Josimar a este lado y aquí, ¿ok? Tony, queda de este lado, ¿ok? Automáticamente, Mauro cae. Pipa y Josimar entra al lado contrario, tiene opciones, pasarla aquí.
This is the first AmeriCup qualifier of this window. Both of these teams came into this game, Panama and Brazil, with 2 wins apiece. Brazil in pole position. Did not slam the door shut. That has to gnaw at Atso Petrovic, because they probably should have. And Panama have made a little run here to make it interesting here at the end. So the ball went out of bounds, and it's going to be Panama possession. 3-point shot. Ayarza, nope. That was the one they needed to go in. So Brazil more than happy to take time off the clock now. Behind the back pass. And now Petrovic wants to call a timeout.
Agora eso no hemos metido en el juego. Aquí tenemos un cartito y aquí tenemos aquí José Quinto está por aquí. Bloqueo ciego para Lucas Díaz, para un hipotético alley-oop, pero eso no es la primera opción. ¿Ok? Después,
well, Brazil have they've really been the better team. There's no doubt about it, other than their free throw shooting. It's where they've really let themselves down. They're going to inbound the ball with just under 37 seconds to go. Jorginho. Shot clock about to expire. He has to launch it. Goes in and out. Mineiro comes over the back. Have they called a foul? Nope. They've said that Panama hit the ball out of bounds. And they want to check and see who the ball went off of. So this last couple of minutes is taking an eternity to play. Yeah, they were right the first time. It definitely went off Panama. My question was, did Mineiro foul? But I don't think he did. He was just fully extended, going for the rebound. So 29.2 seconds to go. Brazil. Panama needing a miracle now. Pacheco drives. His pass goes over the head of his teammate in the corner. You got to hurry up. You don't want to foul the three-point shooter if you're Brazil, that's for sure. 7.6 seconds. And they're just trying to be productive. Romero will go to the line. Romero bends his knees, puts it up, and it's too long. He does make one of two to get it back to a two-possession game. Jorginho. And Lucas Diaz And that is going to be how it finishes. So it took a while there at the end to get it done, but Brazil remain unbeaten, prevailing over Panama. (77-71) Brazil go to 3-0. Panama to 2-1. Well, Panama came out and really gave them a good fight. Certainly in that first half, they were right there, and then early in the second, and they still had a chance late if they could have just made a couple more plays. Although a lot of that is because Brazil left the door open with some wayward free throw shooting. But Brazil, number 10 in the FIBA World Ranking, presented by Nike, have a lot of depth, and even without a lot of the more familiar faces, they've been able to come out here in Buenos Aires and get a win. So those are the shooting numbers. Panama actually had more field goals inside the arc. Pretty even in the rebounding. Interesting looking at Petrovic instruct Pacheco, who had 17 points to lead his team. Bishop Jr. with that great fourth quarter finished with a game high 18. Well, here's a look back at some of the plays here in the second half as Brazil take on Panama and this battle of 2-0 teams in the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers. And I thought overall Panama played quite well tonight. I mean, Brazil in the end had a little too much. That was the play of the game for me. Nice little give and go. And Gaskins, Tyler Gaskins, outstanding on some of his drives. His brother was good. But how about Pacheco coming in and really in that second half doing an outstanding job. And I liked the play of Lucas, of Mariano, who's doing well, the big fella, number 28. But Gui had his moments where he was good. All the Brazilians had their moments. And the main thing was to get a win, which is what they've done to move to 3-0. And the likelihood is that by the end of this qualifying, they will be assured of a spot in the FIBA AmeriCup. Pacheco, definitely a player that I think could force his way into this national team. I just wonder if he will enhance his chances eventually by going to Europe, or if he will remain in South America. but Brazil won it 77-71 in Group B to go top at 3-0, and Panama dropped to 2-1 in the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers. And that is not correct. Panama should be 2-1. Brazil should be 3-0. And of course, Paraguay and Uruguay play later today. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Brazil improved to 3-0 in Group B of the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers with a 77-71 win over Panama.